afternoon. From now on, we will study about the search of the subordinating conjunction. The speaker applies the subordinating conjunction that, whether, who, whose, what, which, or all, that has the trait as a pronoun to link the subordinate clause to the main clause. The pronoun that or whether is stated with the subordinate clause in the main clause to indicate the entire subordinate clause that is going to be stated after the main clause. The following subordinate clause after the main clause. Also, the pronoun that or whether and the subordinate clause are able to be analyzed into the sequential arrangement of the two indications. That or whether and the subordinate clause is stated in the sequential way. The speaker who constitutes an interrogative clause applies the pronoun who, whose, what, or which as a subordinating conjunction. To constitute a subordinate clause to constitute the main clause without the intention of the interrogative. We studied the four interrogative pronouns who, whose, what, or which in the 6th chapter. In this class, we will study that the pronouns who, whose, what, or which is applied as the subordinating conjunction without the inquisitive intent of the speaker. The premise for the subject or object to be indicated by the pronoun who, whose, what, or which exists. So the speaker applies the pronoun so, whose, what, or which as the subordinating conjunction on the premise for applying each pronoun to indicate the predetermined subject or object to constitute the main clause that has the same composition as the indirect interrogative sentence. For understanding this explanation, we can think of this sentence. I don't know what it is. The object of the transitive verb know is stated into the subordinate clause what it is. We've learned that the inquisitive intent can be delivered with the application of the interrogative pronoun what and the verb is and the subject it. But we changed the order of the the interrogative clause what is it into the subordinate clause what it is. So we can see that the order of the subject and the be verb is switched like this. This can be this sentence. I don't know what it is. Things like sentences like this is called into the term the indirect interrogative sentence. But we can analyze the trait of the pronoun what is changed from the interrogative pronoun to the subordinating conjunction with the trait as a pronoun. The speaker applies the pronoun all to apply every subject or object indicated by the description in the subordinate clause as the subject or object in the main clause according to the definition of the word all. Let's start to study from the pronoun that. The pronoun that with the trait as an indicative pronoun indicates the subordinate clause in the main clause. I think that you're cool. So we can say that indicates the same part of the whole sentence, you are cool. So the speaker delivers his or her intent with a doubled expression that indicates the same state, same condition of the listeners. So in that context, the speaker can abbreviate one of the two expressions. The speaker obviously intends to deliver the obvious, the clear intent with the sentence. So the speaker abbreviates the pronoun that in the sentence is like that. I think that you're cool can be briefly stated into this way. I think you're cool. The pronoun that with the trait as an indicative pronoun indicates the subordinate clause in the main clause. Like the subordinate clause you're cool indicates the same condition of the subject as the pronoun that. The subordinating conjunction that as a constituent in the main clause links the subordinate clause to the main clause. The subject or object indicated by the pronoun that in the main clause is the same as the subject described by the predicate in the subordinate clause. The indicative pronoun that indicates a subject that does not participate in the conversation with the speaker and is far from the speaker. This can be the origin of the pronoun, the subordinating conjunction that. We've learned the pronoun that as the indicative pronoun at first. The pronoun as a subordinating conjunction that indicates a described subject from the verb in the subordinate clause. So the pronoun as the subordinating conjunction that remains the same form irrelevant to the number of the subject in the subordinate clause because the pronoun that indicates the different subject from the subject of the subordinate clause. This explanation is about the fact that the subordinating conjunction that indicates the whole part of the subordinate clause, not the subject of the subordinate clause. So we do not have to reveal the number of the object or objects like that or those. We only use the form that because the entire subordinate clause is indicated by that. We will start to study about the subordinating conjunction that with the example.